Today we're talking about money, and more specifically how to make more money in your coaching business or your small business. And even more specifically, 3 ways that can help you double your income through your coaching. Are you ready to talk about that? Awesome. Hi, I'm Muna. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to get notified every time I release a new video. And also, you'll be helping me out a lot to grow this channel and reach more and more people. Before we start talking about the different ways that we can increase our income through our coaching, we first must understand why we are where we are. Why are we not making the amount of money that we would like to be making? Now, there's so many different reasons, but I've noticed that 2 stand out more than the others. Between me and myself, things that I've struggled with myself, things that I noticed my clients bringing to me, and other coaches in my industry and people that I talk to. So we're not going to delve into all of our money mindsets. We're just going to talk about these 2 for now before we get to the good part where we talk about the ways to increase the income. So number 1 is that most coaches have this belief that selling is bad, that selling is greedy. I used to think this way. I used to get so flustered when the time came to sell, to show my price, to talk about my actual offer. I was so good at teaching, so good at giving, but I wasn't so good at asking, which made it impossible to receive, because if you don't ask, you don't get. One thing that really changed it for me is this idea that selling is neither good nor bad. Selling is simply a tool. And this tool can be used in a sleazy, annoying, pushy way by some people who don't know how to sell. Or selling can be something that's joyful and easy and effortless, whether you're giving or you're receiving. I want you to look back at a time where you wanted something so badly and you went to the mall and this person was talking to you about the benefits and the features of this thing that you wanted to buy. Did you feel that this person was pushy? You probably didn't, because you wanted that thing. And this person was explaining what the thing will do for you. And you left the mall feeling good about it, right? And you got home and you're happy with your purchase. So when we think selling is bad, we assume that the people who will buy from us will think that we're sleazy and that we're greedy and that we're bad. But if they do think that, they wouldn't buy from us, would they? So this simple belief, it sounds simple really, but it's not. It's the underlying reason that most of us are afraid of putting ourselves out there, of putting our offers out there, of putting our coaching out there, because we believe disempowering beliefs. So the first thing we got to let go of is the idea that selling is bad. It's not bad, it's not good, it's something that you can get better at. Another thought here is that when you sell something, you're literally offering. You're offering it to other people. You're not making them do anything. You're not pushing them into a sale. They either want it or they don't. So think about it as offering, as giving, and they have the choice. The second belief that many coaches have, that I had myself, is that talking about money is shameful, that it's taboo. Most of us grew up with this idea that you don't ask for money and you don't talk about money, and you never ask anyone how much they're making. You don't ask people how much they pay for rent, because money is such a taboo topic that is so private and shameful, and we just don't talk about it. This is the way that I was raised. We really didn't talk about money much, whether it was within our family or hearing my parents talk to other people about money. It was considered not tactful to talk about that. I realize now that all of the beliefs that I have about money, that you have about money, were not born with you. You had no feelings about money when you were born. It was a completely neutral thing until our parents and our environment and our society started putting these beliefs into our own minds and into our own heart. But you, deep down inside, you don't think that talking about money is shameful or taboo. So my advice for you today is to let go of this belief, to realize that this belief is not yours. It was just handed down to you. And this belief is holding you back, because money is everywhere. Money is part of life. We can't live without it. And it's energy. It's an energy exchange. You give and you receive. You inhale and you exhale. It's just the way life goes. So choosing to believe that a huge part of our lives is such a taboo topic, it's something that we can't talk about, is a choice that's holding us back. Now, there's many ways to let go of beliefs like these. That's not the topic for our video today, but I just want to bring these out to the open, to shine some light on them, and for you to check in with yourself, to check, do I believe selling is bad? Do I believe talking about money is shameful? And then more importantly, how are these things holding me back and keeping me where I am when it comes to my income through my business? So it's not something that can be done in a few minutes. It's ongoing work. It's something that I continuously work on. I'm actually taking a course right now called Mind Your Money, where I think about and I journal about all of my money beliefs, and it's been so helpful. So find something like that, or we can talk about it on this channel if this is something that you'd like to talk about. So let me know in the comments. But now on to the 3 ways that we can start increasing and doubling our income. The first way might be the most surprising of all. You ready for it? You must increase your prices. I know, so crazy. How did I think of that? It's impossible. But it's true. One of the best ways, easiest ways to increase your income, even double your income, is by increasing your prices and even doubling your prices. I know it sounds so scary. I was very scared when I did this myself a couple of years ago. I thought I was going to lose my clients. At the time, I had an ongoing roster of 16 clients that were on and off, and I had new clients coming in, and I thought, honestly, that I was going to lose maybe 15 of them. Maybe 1 client would stay. Do you know how many people said no when I told them that as of right now, as of this quarter, I'm increasing my prices, I'm almost doubling my prices? You know how many of my clients left? 1. Literally just 1. These people were willing to pay me more money, but I hadn't asked for it. I was giving them the value that was worth a lot more than what they were paying me, but just because I didn't ask for it, I wasn't getting it. So the first and simplest way is to increase your prices. A few things to think about here. One is that price is always relative. If I were to tell you now, is $2,000 a lot of money? If you said yes or you said no, I'm sorry to tell you, you're wrong. $2,000 is a lot of money if I'm buying, I don't know, a Diet Coke. But $2,000 is nothing if I'm flying first class around the world, right? So money is relative. It's neither expensive nor cheap without knowing what the thing is. The second really important piece here is the wrong questions that we ask ourselves. It's a question that I continuously asked myself, and I kept my prices very low because of this question. And it is, what are people willing to pay for this? What are people willing to pay for this? I mean, it's a question that many people ask themselves when they're trying to sell something. But this is the wrong question to ask. Why? Because people would pay the least amount of money that is humanly possible. I mean, if I were to come and ask you, would you rather pay $10,000 for this car or $1,000? Of course you're going to choose the 1,000, right? So that's not the question that we need to be asking. The question that we need to be asking instead is, what is the transformation worth to this client? This client is coming to me because they want a change in their lives. They want a new result in their lives. They want a transformation. Now, what is this transformation worth? That is a much better, much more empowering question. And the third piece here is for you to get comfortable with the idea that you are not for everyone, and that yes, you might lose some clients, and yes, some people might call you expensive, but that's okay. You will lose some people, but you will gain other people. And what I found is with higher prices, you simply attract higher quality people, and people who are much more committed and much more willing to show up, because now they've put skin in the game. Think about it this way. Maybe you've done it yourself. Maybe you saw something on social media, on a webinar, a free webinar on a topic that you're really, really interested in. It's free, so you sign up. And then you're sitting down one evening watching TV with your family, and then you check your email and you see, oh, the webinar started 15 minutes ago. Do you jump up to get on the webinar because you paid the money? Or are you more relaxed about it? Maybe you do sign in, maybe you don't, because it was a free webinar. What if instead you had paid for this webinar? What if it was a masterclass for $500? Would you have missed it? Would you have not put a reminder, an alarm, done whatever it takes to make sure you attend this masterclass that you paid for? So turn this around as well with your clients. When they pay you, they'll come to the coaching, they'll come to the program, they'll come to the masterclass, whatever it is that you're offering, with much more focus, much more seriousness, because they have skin in the game. The second way that you can increase your income through your coaching is to stop comparing yourself to others in your field and in your industry. I know that traditional marketing tells us, what we learned is that you check where your competitors are and you price yourself somewhere in the middle, or maybe towards the higher part, or maybe even more or a little bit less, but always think of their prices as the anchor. What I want to invite you to do is to stop looking at your competitors. What they're offering is not what you're offering. This is not a commodity. Your coaching, your teaching, your programs are not a commodity. It's not a table. It's not a piece of fabric. It's not something that you measure so you can see how much it costs. That's not how it works. So you can't compare. It's not comparing apples to apples. Your service, your coaching is unique to you. And the transformation that you're giving your clients is unique to you and your style and to the relationship with them. If you continue comparing your prices to competitors, you'll get into a war that you will always lose. It's called the pricing war. And I really want you to go and Google this and read about this. Pricing wars always end up with people losing because you keep going lower and lower and lower, and nobody wins here. So please stop comparing yourself. I know I've done that for a long time, and I'm not only talking about money here, but maybe we won't get into that in this video. But comparing yourself to other businesses that maybe started at the same time as you, or comparing yourselves to others who have been around for way longer. I mean, that's the people that I compare myself to, which doesn't make sense. If I was still at the beginning of my journey and they're way ahead of me, comparison is not going to get us anywhere. But when it comes to prices, I want you to remove that anchor price and to really think about your service and think about the value that you're giving and the transformation that you're offering, and price yourself based on that. There's something that I tell my daughter all the time, and it's about this fear of judgment. She's only 7, almost 7. And she's starting to feel that people are judging her. Like, this girl said I'm not nice, or my friend said that she doesn't want to be my friend anymore because, I don't know, XYZ. Judgment. And even at this young age, she's able to understand this thing that I want to explain to you. And it's that when people judge us, if we don't agree with their judgment, it doesn't matter. It really wouldn't affect us. So the example that I always tell my daughter, what if I came to you now and I said your hair is so purple, but you know for a fact that your hair isn't purple? Are you going to be offended? Are you going to be sad? And she said no. So let me ask you the same thing. Your hair is purple. Ugh, your hair is so purple, I don't like it. Unless your hair is purple. I'm sure it's pretty if it is. But if your hair is not purple and I'm making fun of your purple hair, would it bother you? Would it hurt you? Probably not, because it's not true. So judgment can only hurt us when we agree with the judgment that's being made. So when people say, oh, your prices are so high compared to the others, if you don't agree with them, it's not going to bother you. But if you do agree, if you do feel that your prices are too high, then you will feel offended and you will feel hurt and you will feel humiliated, but that's a choice. So the work that you need to do here is really inner work. It's about building in that belief in yourself and in the value that you're offering. And it's in believing that whatever price your clients paid, they will get the value and then some. The other day, a few weeks ago, I was giving a talk to a group of people. I didn't know any of them except one who was a client. I think she was a client a year or a year and a half ago. And we worked together for a few months. And as we were leaving, there was a lot going on, big commotion, lots of people talking at the same time. But then I overheard my ex-client talking to someone. That person was saying, oh, I loved that talk. I really want to get coached by Muna. I want to book a session. What did my client say? She said, oh my God, you will love her. It's amazing. And she's expensive, but worth it. Expensive, but worth it. Oh my God. I'd never thought about it this way, but I absolutely love it. And this is spoken by a client who got value from me, and that was after I doubled my prices for the sessions. So what I'm saying is, clients will feel the value that you're giving them. I know you're not going to overprice yourself to the level where it's ridiculous. You should always price yourself at a level that you feel comfortable with, but always remember that your comfort zone is not where you're going to grow. So push yourself a little bit, increase the prices a little bit gradually and gradually. You don't have to double them all at once like I did, but you can definitely increase the value and increase the price. The third way to make more money in your coaching business is to get into people's inboxes. Now, I love social media, don't get me wrong. I think social media is a great way to attract new people and new audiences and to get your message out there. However, social media and the followers that you get there are not within your control. You do not control the relationship. You don't control how many people see your posts. In fact, one of the latest studies I read as of 2022 says that organic reach through Facebook and Instagram has gone down to 6% of people who are already following you. Meaning, someone who saw your account and said, oh, I like that, let me follow this person, is not seeing the posts that you're putting out there. Only 6% of your followers on a daily basis are seeing your posts. And that is just a very small percentage of people. So these people actually want to hear from you, but they're not hearing from you because social media changes all the time. Regulations change all the time. So you do not control the relationship and you do not control the content that they're getting from you. Now, email, on the other hand, what we know as of 2022, it still continues to outperform social media when it comes to marketing and sales. The numbers, the average open rate means people who see your email and actually open it and read what's inside. Open rate is 20%, that's the average. 20% of people who receive your email will open it. Now, my average, I've been working really hard on that and very proud of it, is it got to 35, 37, sometimes even 39% open rate, meaning 39% of the people that I'm sending the email to are actually opening it. And these people raised their hand and said, I want to be on your email list. So they want to receive content from you the same way that they asked to receive content from you on social media, but they're just not doing it. Another reason why email marketing is better is because you can express yourself for longer through email, and it feels much more intimate and much more private. The person who receives your email will feel that you're talking directly to them, which I hope you're writing, or you will be writing your emails in this way. So today we're not going to talk about ways to get people on your email list, but if this is something that you want to talk about and how to build a lead magnet that will get people to want to be on your email list, and how to stay consistent with sending them emails and newsletters and value-packed content, we can talk about that in the future if you tell me that you want to hear about that in the comments. So these are the 3 ways to increase your income from your coaching business. Number 1, increase your prices. Number 2, stop comparing yourself to others in your industry. And number 3, get into people's inboxes. These are really simple ways that you can literally start adopting and implementing and trying out this week. Will you? Let me know in the comments if you will, and what stood out the most to you. Was there any key takeaway, any breakthrough that happened through our conversation today? I'd really love to hear from you and to know what else would you like to talk about when it comes to growing your coaching business. Now, if you're watching this in real time, I am in the process of preparing for an awesome program just for coaches. I will be telling you more and more about it on this channel and through social media, so make sure you follow me also on Instagram. Make sure you get on my mailing list, and you can do that by joining the waitlist to hear about this program. It's going to be a roadmap to building and creating a successful, a profitable, a joyful online coaching business. And we're going to be working together for a good 8 weeks very closely to build your online coaching business, and I really can't wait to start. So if you want to be the first notified when this program is open and when you can sign up if you're interested, then you can join the waitlist through the link underneath this video. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe before you leave. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you next week.